kind of a foregone conclusion the way things were going there, but with the incessant drizzle and more importantly all the water on that outfield, it was always looking tough even for 2020.
Well, yeah, like you just stated, I think just 2 games before this in World Cup cricket, to be abandoned without even the toss, and 3 in a week already, I think not just points out the scheduling of the tournament, also points out global warming, guys. It's very real. And we've been seeing this happening for the last year or so. It's been very real, the changes, everything that's happening around the world. So going forward, I think scheduling of these tournaments should be much better, because it's the most premier one-day tournament in the world. It's the World Cup, so we need to have better scheduling, because fans, players out there, I promise you no one will be more bored than the players out there, because it's not like they have their gadgets on them or anything for time to kind of pass and move, but it's very boring. How much can you have small talk and take a lap around the ground, and really there's nothing much to do. You just sit and wait around, aching to play a game, and then you don't have a game to play. It's very, very frustrating.
And add to those 3 games, Joy, we also had one which was just under 8 overs bowled. We didn't include it in that list because these were the list of matches without a toss, but still unfortunate the way things have gone.
Yeah, I've been looking back at it, and I've been thinking about one, the economics of it, and the other, the practicality of it. So yes, the ICC CEO, chief executive, came out with a statement saying that this is very difficult to do, and these are difficult and these are nightmarish to do. $2 billion for the rights to 2 World Cups and a few other tournaments, and you can assume another $500 million worth of rights, $2.5 billion worth of property and whatever it's worth. I'm sure there's enough money there to do even difficult scheduling if necessary. That means move a few matches up to other grounds. I mean, we managed to move during the Under-17 World Cup, 60,000 people from Guwahati to Kolkata. We moved a match in 48 hours because, you can't have a semi-final rained out. You can't have a semi-final going on the toss. So what I'm saying is these are difficult things to do, but not impossible. That's one part. The second part of it is come to the actual ground itself, okay? I can perfectly understand if the ground is totally inundated from the start. But the reason this match will not start here today is not because they didn't protect the main field. It's because they could not protect the outfield because they did not have the equipment to do it and the groundsmen to maintain it. Those are solvable problems in my opinion. That's my point.
Yes, Virat Kohli, of course, after the match said yes, for the sake of the players, you didn't want any sort of injuries, which is backing up exactly what Joy said. But just to put into perspective the kind of grounds, Eden Gardens in Calcutta has a situation where they can cover the entire ground. We saw the history and grounds in Sri Lanka have that. Even in England itself, Lords came out with this fabulous hover cover. Even before that, in Birmingham, it goes back to 1980. It goes back to 1980 when they started off taking pieces of the North Sea pipeline and adding tarpaulin to that to try and cover the entire ground. Now there were practical issues with that because A, it became really heavy with the North Sea pipeline, and there was sweating under the covers. So then they went to step 2, they got something called the Brumbrella, Brum because of Birmingham, and then they had the son of Brumbrella. But what it shows is that they have the capacity to think, and these were only for bilateral series and county games. So obviously if you can take a step forward from there and get an improved version of the hover cover when there isn't sweating at the bottom, it's possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything that we're discussing today is possible because it's all been tried and tested, right, in the past. But it's actually applying and implying, doing those things when it actually matters in a tournament like this and a tournament of this stature. And I think ICC may have to relook how they plan these tournaments, and because obviously the fans are disappointed, the players are disappointed, and not playing each other in the league phase before these potential teams playing each other in the semi-finals, it's not good for either sides, right? It puts a lot of pressure on either sides. At the end of the day, that's a different game altogether. But you having played each other in the league phase will give you a sense of knowing of what you're going to face against that same opposition in the knockouts.